Hello and good evening, everyone. So, with advancement happening in our today's world, ordering food online has become as simple as few clicks on our mobile phones. Today, I will be hosting an interview for my probability and statistics assignment with an aim to know on average how many times per week in Malaysia people order food online and how many times do they eat at home. In addition to that, I look to set aside on how does it affect their overall spending and health. So first, allow me to begin with the first question. How often do you order food through delivery services in a typical week?
Well, it varies every week, but usually it depends on how busy my schedule is. I would say around 2 to 3 times per week, plus minus.
Great. So for the second question, on average, how much money do you spend on food delivery per order in Malaysia ringgit?
I look to minimize the cost by using promotions and offers that are offered on online apps such as Grab. On average, it's around 25 to 30 ringgit per week.
Good. So for the third question, how many times in a week do you cook or eat meals at home?
So I cook around 4 to 5 times, as I mentioned earlier. I prefer to make my own food. It's more healthier and cleaner, and it helps me stay within my diet.
Great. So lastly, on a scale of 1 to 4, rate your overall health and well-being. Is it 1 poor, 2 fair, 3 good, or lastly 4 excellent? And why?
So as I mentioned earlier, I manage to stay within my diet. I exercise almost every day, if not every day, around 5 times a week. So I would give my health number three, which is a good. As I mentioned, I managed to eat and I managed to do my exercise. Therefore, I managed to keep my diet perfect.
Great. So that's all for our question interview. Thank you for being with us.
Hello, my name is Haris bin Anwar. My student ID is 1211 from Group 3, subject EMA, 5401 Introduction to Probability and Statistics for Assignment Part 2. Today, I'll be doing an interview on the topic of statistics on food delivery. So, before begin the interview, I want to make sure that you are comfortable with participating and that you give me your consent to use the information you provide. Is that okay with you?
Yes, I am comfortable and I give my consent.
All right, thank you very much. So, before we begin, can you give us a brief description about you?
Sure. My name is Dini Joshri. I am 20 years old. I reside in Subang Jaya, but I am a student of the International Medical University in Bukit Jalil. In regards to food delivery, I mainly use Grab Food, but on occasion also apps like McDonald's delivery and Domino's as well.
All right, okay, thank you, Dini.
Yeah.
So let's begin the interview. So first question, how often do you order food through delivery service in a week?
Uh, in a week, I would say I use food delivery services about 2 to 3 times a week.
2 to 3 times?
Usually it depends, but definitely more than once a week lah.
More than once a week, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Move on to the second question. On average, how much money do you spend on food delivery per order?
Per order, it's usually in between 20 to 30 ringgit ish because I try to buy food that is like on promotion and use like
Yeah,
vouchers and stuff like that. So usually
yeah.
per order I spend about 20 to 30 ringgit.
So 20 to 30 ringgit ish around there.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Thank you for the answers. Moving on to the third question. How many days in a week do you cook or eat meals at home?
Cook or eat meals at home. In terms of having meals at home, I would say most days I have at least one meal at home.
At least
Whether
one.
it's breakfast or dinner. Uh, because of like classes and all that, I usually have lunch at university, so outside. But I try to have breakfast before I leave, so I usually have breakfast at home. If I don't, I might have dinner at home, but it's quite rare that I have all three meals outside. It might happen, but that's quite rare lah. So I would say every day I have at least one meal at home.
All right, all right. Thank you for the answers, Dini.
No worries.
So moving on to the fourth question. On a scale of 1 to 4, so 1 being poor, 2 is fair, 3 good, and 4 is excellent. Uh, how do you rate your overall health and well-being?
I would rate mine about a 3. Uh, I try to eat healthy, drink enough water.
Yeah,
Even if I order food, I try to get something that is a balanced meal. So I might
balance
get
about
like Subway or something like that. And yeah, I exercise regularly and stuff like that. So I would say about a 3.
about the tree. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so last question, Dini. Can you give me a feedback or any thoughts that you have on food delivery service?
Sure. So in terms of food delivery service, I think in today's day and age, it's something that a lot of people, including me, we really need for its convenience and for its time saving. For people who are very on the go, uh, like myself, I would say it saves us a lot of time and hassle having to prepare food. So yeah, I think it is something that we really need. But
Okay.
like everything else, I also feel like there's a lot that can be improved
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the food delivery sector, in terms of the food delivery rider safety, and also maybe the efficiency of the apps,
All
as
right.
well as the prices. Because being a long time user of these services, I have seen
Yeah.
the prices, or the delivery charges increase through the years. So
Increase. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, all in all, I would say it's something that is necessary, definitely, for me at
Okay.
least. It's very useful, but there are things that can be
Yeah,
improved as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your feedback, Dini. So that is all for the questions I have for this interview. And thank you very much, Dini, for joining me on this interview. I truly appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hello, madam. My name is Muhammad Afiq Bia here. Student ID is 1211-20302. And today I'll be conducting an interview on one of my friends from another university. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Amirul Daniel Loh bin Adam Loh. I'm from UITM Tapa. Yeah,
All
and
right.
I'm taking accounting.
All right. So let's start with our first series of questioning here regarding on food delivery and its potential impact on a person's health and well-being. So first question, how often do you order food through delivery services in a typical week?
Because I'm currently staying outside, so I don't actually, what is it called? Order food delivering.
All right, so not that often. All right. So next question, on average, how much money do you spend on food delivery per order if you were to use a food delivery service?
Maybe 3 ringgit to 5 ringgit.
All right. And next question, how many days in a week do you cook or eat meals at home?
The whole week I will just eat meals at home every day, but sometimes I eat outside and I just go by myself.
All right. And right now, on a scale of 1 to 4, rate your overall health and well-being. And 1 being poor, 2 being fair, 3 being good, and finally 4 being excellent.
I would say maybe 3.
3, all right, which is good. Okay. So next question is, do you think racial background affect food delivery dependence? Like let's say if you are Indian or Chinese, do you think that those people may rely more or maybe rely less on food delivery?
They would rely more because they doesn't even care the races actually.
All right. And then next question, how about age? Do you think that comes into play in these sorts of stuff as well?
Normally people with younger ages will often ask for delivery because they have no transport.
All right. And next question, do you think reliance on food delivery services can heavily impact a person's health and well-being?
Maybe because they are not going outside their house. They usually just cook up in their house.
All right. And finally, our final question is, you think our people today of the current era right now, the current modern age, is relying too much on food delivery services rather than cooking their own meals or food at their home?
Yeah, I would say they rely at them too much.
All right. That's all for our question and interviews for today. Thank you so much for joining my interview. And thank you so much, madam, for watching my interview.